Mm-hmm.
Did you
But
guys
I'm
see?
delaying things.
Did you guys see the thing that I posted in the Discord, the the public Discord for all
Oh yeah,
this?
the Sega. Yeah, I've heard that. I've seen that video. That shit's crazy.
That's insane. Like
No, what,
Oh, I
what?
think they put.
when I
Oh,
first
there.
listened
Okay.
to the Super Mario
Yeah.
Brothers, like the world theme music with the
Oh,
Sega
on the
chip,
Sega soundtrack.
that blew my
Oh,
mind. I'm like, holy
what?
crap, this sounds
I'm gonna have to
wrong.
check that out later. I'm gonna have to check that out later.
Yeah,
Weird.
it's pretty good. I quite enjoyed that video.
Like good as
I think there's a
entertaining, or
reverse of
like-
it too, where like you can hear Sega soundtracks on Nintendo.
Like the Donkey
sound
Kong,
chips.
like the Donkey Kong music was pretty good. Like I thought that was really good.
I wonder if there's a parallel universe where like it's like the Sega NES and then the Nintendo.
There probably is. I mean,
Genesis. Parallel universe. That'd be so weird.
There's a parallel universe for everything.
Yeah. Parallel universe where I don't have hair.
All right.
parallel universe where
voice.
I added in
Yeah.
the Bubka update.
I see. Thanks.
parallel universe where I'm a hot, sexy lady,
All right.
because that has to exist.
I'm recording.
Oh, right.
I'm officially recording.
Recording.
I'm loading Audacity. I had to restart my computer, so it threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
Do-do-do. Sorry, I that gets stuck in my head sometimes.
Was that
It's
the
a
Song
good
of
one.
Storms?
Yeah.
Yep. One of the good ones.
Are you gonna make a
My favorite thing is there's like a guy that like mixed Song of Storms against like Kanye songs, I think it was,
Oh, cool.
and like each one like fits perfectly. I don't remember. I can't remember the song it was, but
nice.
it was like a specific song, and like it was actually to the beat of Song of Storms. Like he played it, and it just fit right into what the music does.
That is badass.
But I'd have to look it up.
I have to make sure that we're streaming. Just give me a second here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So,
We're streaming. Okay. Are you guys recording?
I am recording, Captain.
Justin?
I don't remember. Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay, good.
I'll have to ask my brother.
Hey Google, are you recording?
Your security comes first in everything Google does. It's important Google keeps your data private and safe and puts you in control. You can learn more about Google's privacy policy at privacy.google.com.
Oh, she cares.
.html. That's privacy.google.com/your-security.html.
I wonder if
Wow.
that's in relation to like, are you always recording everything I say? And
Hey,
I
are you
guarantee
okay?
it.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Are
Because
you
probably
okay?
the same thing
Hanny?
happens if you ask, "Hey Google, are you Skynet?"
is that the same thing that happens?
I probably.
Oh, let me ask. Hey,
I think
Google,
Alexa actually has a snarky answer to that.
hey Google, are you Skynet?
I'm glad I'm not. It's more focused on extermination than helpfulness. Skynet would make a better Google assistant.
That's awesome.
That's pretty amazing.
Real talk. Earlier this year, I don't know if it's still a thing, but Siri, if you called it "Hey Computer," it acts like you're Batman from the Lego Batman movie.
That's pretty
It
good.
should act like it's in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah. It actually was doing
Stop.
like we have an Alexa or a Dot at my workplace, and
Mm-hmm.
I always ask it like good morning, and then it does like a whole like trivia thing for the day. And today was like the 51st anniversary of Star Trek or something.
Oh, nice.
51st, huh? Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the new show's coming soon. I'm surprised they didn't like sync it to the anniversary.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It actually like did the whole like theme song, like she hummed the theme song to the original Star Trek show, which was pretty cool.
That's pretty tight. I like that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Charge Shot Gamescast. Each and every episode, best friends gather around and talk about the news in gaming. This week we have my trusty sidekick, Justin.
I am Rabid Justin now, actually.
Oh no. Did you
An
merge?
alternate dimension version of Justin. That's just crazy.
I don't see your bunny ears. Where's your bunny ears?
I was actually gonna try to see if I could get face rig to make me as a bunny, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't work outside of like things that capture your webcam feed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it just works with like straight through Hangouts. So
It'd be cool. If
my bunny ears are tucked away behind my head. I just kind of comb them back.
give me your
they're
best.
there.
Give me your best rabbit impression.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't usually play that with sound on.
Blah. That's all you had to do. Blah. Lo, are you a rabbit?
No, but I have something I would like to say.
Yes.
Welcome to Russia. Please take off your pants. Hi, Jake. That was for you,
Thanks.
buddy.
This is the Russian radio cast.
Also, hello, everybody.
Hey Google, speak Russian.
Sorry, I can only change your language in Allo.
See, this thing doesn't work all the time. And we also have the marvelous one, self-proclaimed marvelous one, Ben.
I don't know what the fuck existence is anymore. I don't know what the fuck anything is anymore.
Hey Google,
The fuck, Nier?
what's this? What's the? Never mind. I'm gonna cut that out. Yeah. Did you finish the first ending of Nier?
No, I haven't beaten it yet, but because I've been basically doing a lot of side quests. But all right, I'm gonna spoil the first chunk of Nier. I've done up to the amusement park. Right now, there's a big hole in the ground that I've yet to adventure. I guess I'm going first.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. My bad. I didn't mean to.
No, this is
You're
good.
fine.
This is
Yeah.
like casual. This is how naturally things flow.
Yeah. So Nier, I've heard a lot about Nier. Unfortunately, it came out around the time when like Breath of the Wild was coming out, and I have a lot of money, and I wasn't sure if my PC can handle. Blah 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 blah. But I bought it for Steam. Didn't download it because it told me it was an 8-hour download. It was only a 3-hour download. I played it. I talked about it, I think, last time, and I only played the first mission. That was pretty crazy. But I played it this time. I've put about 7 hours at this point, and starts out very basic, right? Your basic platinum game. It's very okay, very fast-moving combat, a very beautiful lady who arguably has the best butt in video games. Seriously, 2B, the animation on 2B's butt is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but
Only to be rivaled with Nightwing, right?
Yeah, only to rival Nightwing, the two best fictional butts of all time. But speaking of butts, so it wasn't until I got to the desert, right, where like you just given a generic mission, go destroy the robots. Okay, fine, I got this, and I do that, and there's one robot that gets away, and he keeps saying like help, help, get away. Like, almost if he is a living creature in a way. And it's like, well, this is fucking weird.
It's like he's got a consciousness or something.
Yeah, exactly. So you go there. You're hunting him down through these apartment complexes. Because it's like a total dystopian... it's like Last of Us, but better visuals. Actually, that's not true. Very dystopia feel. So then you go into this big center where, like, these robots are like running a maternity ward. They're like families, but they're like Dalek-looking robots. It's like, what the fuck? So here, that's not even the crazy part. So you fight them and you kill them. They're getting angry because you're basically slaughtering their young at this point.
Yeah, you're
basically slaughtering kids. Then this is where I literally had to put the controller down and just walk away and think about something for 10 minutes.
I'll let you handle it.
So you fight them. They form together into like this weird thing, and out of them,
and they're chanting, "I don't want to die" while they do this.
Yeah, they're chanting, "I don't want to die," and out of them is birthed a fully working humanoid, an android, basically.
Yeah, it's an android,
and it's just like, what the fuck? And it's just like, what? How did that even happen? And it's just wants to murder you. It's a murder machine.
I think its name was like Adam or Eve or something like that.
I don't remember if they gave it a name because I was too freaking scared to think about it. I was too freaking scared. Then like, that's fucking weird. And I've been back to the desert, but like, I never go too deep because I know it's there and I'm terrified of going back there. So then the next big thing is you go to an amusement park, and I'm like, okay, it's a little strange, and you see all these robots, like they're humans, and they're like clowns. Justin would hate this area. He would absolutely terrify.
He's like, oh great, I have another reson why I hate robots.
Yeah, you never play. Don't play Nier. Do not play Nier. And
I'm
like
going to, but
yeah,
no.
so but like it's like all this weird colorful music, and they're not attacking you. They're just kind of celebrating. Yet you killed them anyways.
I mean, you don't have to kill them.
No, I did anyways because I'm a monster.
You're a monster. I never did that. I was like, they're not attacking me. They're having parties in the streets. You know, like they're trying to live a happy life.
Right. Then you fight like this operatic singer that's like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. It's like, oh, this. I don't understand. I don't get it. And then like you meet peaceful robots and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like this game is making me go like, I don't know what the story is other than that aliens sent these robots to destroy humanity, and they did, and we're the last remaining resistance. And
that lives on the moon. That lives on the moon.
We live on the moon, yeah. And it's like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I want to keep playing to play more. Like I want to keep playing. Like normally with a platinum game, it's just the action that compels me, and the action's really really good. Like I think it's your solid platinum, and where it's your like I don't think it's as good as Bayonetta, but so far I really find it good.
It just seems way too easy and simple for a platinum.
I mean. I think there's more depth in there than you think, at least from my perspective. It's definitely not as complicated as Bayonetta, but I think there's stuff there. Side quests is surprisingly really simple. It's pretty much go do this, go do that, and like there'll be little nuances, like just little weird nuances. Like there's one mission, one of the giant robots you fight at the beginning of the game, you just start talking to it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like you repair him, and he's just like, you know, like you try to get information from him, and he's like, I'll talk to you later. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, if you
like, I don't know.
There's more parts to that side quest, and as it goes on, like he just wants to have someone to talk to because he's immobilized, he can't move, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he's just bored. And I won't spoil the side quest for you, but it's kind of like a bit dark, but yeah.
I'd imagine. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying the game. I'm really enjoying the game. Like that's the only thing I've really been playing this week. I've played like Phoenix Wright, but that's not really anything worth speaking about in my opinion. Nier has consumed me. Like I was seriously gonna say before we did this podcast, you know, I'm gonna play Nier, and I thought about it. No, because if I don't, I'm gonna be really late for the podcast, so it'd be a bad idea. So I'm probably gonna play Nier after soon we're done with this. But yeah, Nier is so far through 8 hours of it, it's incredible. Like it's everything I thought it would be and more. And I want to know what the hell is going on. And when you have a story like that compels me to find out what's going on, well, shit, I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah, that's the best part of that game is the story and all the different side quests. Like, have you gone into town yet? Where have you gone into the forest yet? I'll say that.
Yeah, I've met the other forest creatures. Not forest creatures. the peaceful robots who, like, after you beat the amusement park.
Yeah, Pasquale and.
Yeah, I've done one of the side quests for one of their, like, he thinks it's not a god, but like he is like a religious figure. And like you meet 3 of his followers in 3 different areas, and they're like all worship him regardless. And go,
he's like named after like a philosopher or something.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what his name was, but it's just weird shit. There's weird shit all over this game, and it's been a long time since I've just played a game with just weird shit in it. And I used to love playing games like that. It just made me go, what?
It's a game that really has something to say about life and like philosophy and human nature. Which is something you don't really see in a lot of games nowadays, but
no, all wrapped up in anime goodness.
Yeah.
But seriously, no, like it's ridiculously how well animated 2B's butt is. Like it's ridiculous how well she has the best video game butt.
It's a
Didn't
Japanese.
The creator just want to make like a really good like anime butt game, and just decided to put like an actual good game wrapped around it?
Probably, yeah.
Taro, I think his name is something Taro. He's kind of well known for like just being. I think he's a nihilist. Is that when like you just hate humanity, like you don't trust humanity?
Life is just kind of pointless, or
yeah.
like, no meaning.
Yeah, he's kind of like that. And this game will go into more of those kind of philosophies and like and human structures, like finding meaning in life and stuff like that, which is I think you'll really enjoy that, Ben.
Yeah, I'm really glad I decided to play it now.
There's so many
I don't
parts that I want to tell you about, but you haven't gotten to. So like once you get to these like with the crazy parts, please let me know, and I just want to talk to you about them.
I'm debating on like because I want to do as much side quests as I can. One also I like the whole Dark Souls mechanic where you'll find players online and you can take their dead bodies and you can take their chips. I really like that mechanic because you can get stuff and you can get experience that way.
Or you can revive them and they can help you fight, I think.
Yeah, you can have 3 people. Yeah, it's great. Like this game is really fun. I wish my PC was better so it can run, but a lot better because there's even at medium settings there's still occasional frame drops when I'm entering a new area. But outside of that, once everything gets going in that area, it's pretty solid. Little bit of a difficulty spike though, because like I did a side quest that I thought I wasn't ready for. Then like it's like, oh, I can do this, just protect these robots doing a parade because that's normal. And then like they're like level 30 and there's like 50 of them. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm not ready.
Come back to that later. That's what I did.
Yeah. Also, no auto saving. There is no auto saving in this game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I will say they do. While there is no auto saving, there are plenty. There's like certain areas you have to check off where it's considered savable. So you don't even have to be near a specific point. Although weird, like you have to plug in a chip to see it on what's considered savable or not, or you can do a quick save. So
you just go to the vending machines, don't you?
No, you don't have to be near the vending machines. You have to be in like a proximity of them.
Okay.
But you'll spawn there when you die.
I like how they explain like what respawn means. It's like basically they just take your consciousness and put it into another 2B model.
Yeah, that fucked me up. Yeah, that fucked me up.
So
this game's gonna fuck me up by the end. I know it will. Yeah,
it's real good. It goes places, man. I really enjoyed.
Yeah, let's hurry up and finish this so I can go back to playing. I'm kidding. But that's all I really have to say. That's all I really have to say about this week. I mean, I haven't really played anything else outside of like a couple matches of Street Fighter V. But yeah, Nier's been dominating me, and Nier's probably gonna dominate me until Mario Odyssey comes out.
You like being dominated by androids?
I would not mind if 2B was my dominatrix. She seems like she would be that. I've Googled 2B cosplayers. Ladies, you are doing very, very great work. Great costumes.
Yeah, 9S has a crush on her. Like
I'm not surprised. I probably would too. Heck, I do right now. I don't care. I do. 2B is my new waifu.
Just like that.
Just like that. But that's enough for me. I'll shut up.
Justin, what have you been up to?
I've continued to serve my rabbit overlords. That game's still real good. It's gotten harder for sure. I beat like what's called like the first world. It's kind of like a traditional Mario game where like each section of battles is kind of split up into a stage of the world. And then there's like so many different worlds that are different themes. Like the first one was all kind of grass and toys. The second one has been more like snow focused. And the boss of the first one, I think I mentioned briefly, was Rabid Donkey Kong, who was adorable and had some really fun mechanics. And even though my game crashed the first time in the middle of that battle, which made me really mad, generally you have to like start the stage over, like not necessarily the full world. Like if you're in, like 1-6 or something, you have to start the entirety of 1-6 over again. And there could be 2 or 3 battles within that section. But luckily I booted it back up after a few days of, being mad at it. And it started me back right at the cutscene before that boss. So it wasn't so bad. But I've had multiple battles where I've had to do it multiple times because I've died. And that really sucks. But generally it starts you right before that battle. You don't have to start the whole like stage over again, which is really nice. I haven't got any more characters yet. I hear you get Rabid Mario in World 2 where I am now, so I assume I'm getting him soon. But I'm trying to take my time with that game because I want some stuff to take with me, like for my honeymoon and stuff. So I don't want to like rush through it and then not have anything to play on the plane and stuff. Because I'm not sure if I'll have Mario Odyssey by then. We'll have to see how finances are doing. I have a lot of things to pay for coming up.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
But But yeah, the enemies have started being able to do some of the same tactics my party can do. Like that hero sight type thing, where it's like if an enemy moves into range, you automatically attack them on their turn. Now they can do that. So like, you don't necessarily know what attacks they've done. Like they can put up a shield, and you'll see, of course, they're in a shield. But then sometimes they'll just like make an action, and you'll kind of see an aura around them, but you're not quite sure what it is. Whether it's some kind of like attack buff, or if it's that hero sight, or whatever it is. So you go to take movement, and suddenly it freezes you, and they shoot at you, and that's kind of tricky. So there's a bit more enemy variety now, and it's made it really challenging. I just had one that I had to do multiple times because it was one where you have to like get to a point. So like the enemies are going to keep coming, and you just have to get past them to get to the end. And I died on it the first time because I was trying to kill things as I went, but they kept taking out more of my health than I was like, that I had. So you literally have to like ignore the enemies in those parts and just like try to get as much distance as you can. Like I gave Luigi ability where he can do 2 team jumps. So like basically, he has his full range of motion, and then he can hop off someone's back to go further. And then if someone else is in range, he can go from their back to their back to go even further.
Oh,
So he basically spanned like probably a third of the map in one round. So I had to do that to like clear him from all of the enemies, and make it to the end. But yeah, you have to really like rework how you play that game sometimes, because like it's not always just like try to kill everyone. Sometimes you have to literally just like play defensive and ignore everyone, or else like their reaction moves and things like that, or like trying to stay in range to attack them will get you killed. Yeah, I still really like it. Aside from that, I've gotten back into Stardew Valley a little bit. I'm not sure how long that'll go, but I got back in the mood because there's some people that talk about it on Twitter together, and I just like, we get talking about like things that they've done in the game, and it's like, I need to play that again. I never did that. So I finished wooing Penny, and married her, and also finished the community center, which was kind of my goal for like year 2, because I just wanted to see like if the how the game continues going after you finish the community center. And like I won't spoil it for other people that are still playing the game, and like it takes a long time to do. So like you could still possibly be doing that, but I'm kind of surprised the game doesn't change more after that. Like it doesn't end by any means. There's still a lot of things to do, and like kind of the completion bonuses you get from completing the community center opens up like some new quests with different characters that we're like, oh, thank you for doing that. Now I really like you. You can help me with this. Just because of like friendship boosts and things like that. But I kind of thought the community center itself might do more. Because everyone probably knows that like you take 2 paths in that game, either finishing the community center or like paying Joja Mart, essentially.
You sell out.
Yeah. And if you pay Joja Mart, they kind of take over the town. I think like Pierre's store goes out of business, things like that.
Yeah.
But with the community
That's depressing.
center... Huh?
That's depressing.
Yeah. With the community center, like Joja Mart closes. I will say that. So like you don't have that store option, but you don't really get a lot of new benefits to make up for that fact that you're losing like a major store. I never shopped there anyway, so it's not a big deal to me, but it's still pretty substantial to lose that. Although it's still kind of funny because like I passed out one night and woke up, and like the next day in the mailbox it had a message from like Joja Mart saying like, we found you and took you to the doctor or whatever. It's like, you couldn't account for the fact that Joja Mart's not here anymore. There's like 3 other people that can find me after I pass out.
Yeah.
It's a slight continuity issue. But yeah, that game's still really fun. It's just, I've kind of lost some of that momentum because I don't have the daily goal of like, okay, what do I still have left in the community center? It's now more like kind of individual quests for people. And some of that stuff isn't as compelling as the community center was. But I'm just kind of trying to get stuff ready for when multiplayer comes. And aside from that, it's just been some more PUBG. Me, Thomas, and Lowe played, I think, last weekend. I had a few really good games. Like, we had a second place loss, I guess, technically. Where it was a really good boat game. Like, we got to where the end point was. Essentially, like, to the last to final circle. Just hiding out underneath the play field in a boat. Because it was like this kind of nice cove area. Yeah, I almost forgot. There's this really nice cove area where like we had almost complete cover, unless someone else came up in a boat. But the blue was pretty much like right at us. So like the only way to really, go anywhere was to go up the cliff that we were hiding under. So we basically waited until it was no longer in the circle, and then like wandered up the cliff when there was like maybe 8 people left, which I know you guys can call us pansies, but whatever, it worked. And so we went into hiding. They both got taken out, and literally it was me and another guy.
Yeah.
And I whipped around suddenly because they were like, behind you! Because, I don't hear so well. So, like, if someone's creeping up on me, I'm probably not going to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they told me it was behind me. So I whipped around real quick and got a few shots in, and then he headshotted me.
Yeah.
It was, like, the closest I've ever gotten to a first place. So it was literally down to me and someone else. It wasn't like I was on a team that was, in second place. It's like it was me and another person.
How good would you have felt if you got that win?
That would have been amazing.
Dude, your hands, your
So
trigger
close.
finger.
I know. Like, if I clinched the victory.
Yeah.
But then we had another game that was kind of the opposite of that, where it was we were just driving around in a Jeep or whatever, and we drove through this little village, and these guys started shooting at us and blew up the car.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And literally all of us just went flying in all directions. And so, like, I just see my body, like, ragdolling across the field, and I, like, smacked into the roof of a house and then just kind of kept derping out. And then it said, you lose.
Fantastic.
I don't know. I
it was satisfying.
I think you won with that.
Yeah. It felt like a victory in our hearts. And then after them, it was a 4-day week for me, at least, because of Labor Day. So I played a few games on Monday with Jake and some of his friends. I feel like these podcasts have been like specifically catered to Jake now.
Probably.
We just have a lot of inside jokes with him because he talks to us regularly.
Yeah, he's our most active member here.
Yeah, it's true, but I just think it's funny. But yeah, I played with him and a few of his friends, and they were much less serious about winning than we were. I'll just put it that way. And so it was still fun to play with them and stuff. But like his friend would just like shoot randomly, just because he was like bored and wanted something to do, and so like we'd give away our position. Or like he like we were driving around in a boat, and he just like dropped a smoke bomb. Like we heard like the click of like pulling the pin, and it was like, did you just pull a grenade? He's like, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of grenade is that? I don't remember. Drop it. Okay. Luckily, it was just, I think it was a flash bomb or a flash grenade, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, he would just like do random stuff, and it was funny, but like we didn't really get very close to winning ever. I did get to grab my first care package though, because it was like right on the inside of the blue, and like I think one of the final circles, and it was in like this big open field. So I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna book it. Like we have no chance. Like it's literally just a field. All we have to hide in is bushes. That care package could be the difference between like winning and losing. So I ran over there, and there was an 8-time scope, which I didn't grab because we were in the end. It would be useless, and an AWM and a bunch of ammo. So like I grabbed that and then hid in the bush, but like I couldn't really get a good sight in the bush, and it was the only place to. So yeah, we still lost, but I think that was our best game. We were like third to fifth place, somewhere in there. But yeah, so I'm still like not sold on the future of PUBG like as a game if it doesn't start improving itself, because we still have a lot of like lag issues. The server load has been absurd. Like it takes 20 or 30 seconds for it to load into the lobby. So like you get in there and like you've got all these other people, and like the lag and slow down, like you can barely even grab a weapon and test shooting before like it's into the game suddenly. And anytime you have a weather game, like it kills it. But it's still a fun game, and I enjoy playing with other people. But if they don't fix some of the technical issues, I could see it like just being there for like hardcore people, and a lot of the new people falling off until it gets out to final release. And by then, who knows what else will be out that will compare to it? Like GTA's Motor Wars.
Oh.
So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Motor Wars.
Yeah, you want to talk about Motor Wars? I
guess
gave you a
that's
transition.
Lo, you want to explain to the good folks what Motor Wars is?
Yeah, so Motor Wars is this it's this new mode in GTA Online. It's comparable to PUBG in a way. You basically parachute in with just, I think they give you like a pistol or something like that, and then it's you have a shrinking kind of area. They say it's a kill box, so I don't know if like you make contact with it, you die or whatever. But anyway, so we jumped into a game. Thomas and I decided to jump into a game of Motor Wars, and so we parachute in, and then I'm not sure what happened, but there was a malfunction with Thomas's parachute. And
okay, so yeah, it's got like the whole thing like where you have to pick which team you want to be on. We really didn't even get to play the game, honestly, because it took forever to load in. It took forever to group up and forever to load into a playlist. And like, we could have had 3 PUBG matches while we loaded in.
That's GTA Online for you.
GTA Online. So yeah. Anyways, you parachute out of a plane. The parachutes in that game work way differently than the ones in Battlegrounds.
Oh yeah.
Because I whipped my parachute around like a building or something. I smacked straight into a wall and I died instantly. And I was stuck spectating.
So quote unquote malfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a malfunction.
Malfunction.
User error, if you will.
Yes.
And then Lo, he was just like running around on a rooftop until his game got disconnected.
But here's the thing, though. It told me that I won, and then it gave me money. It wasn't a lot. It was like $3,000 or something like that. I'm like, okay. I was just running around on like the top of a building, and then like I heard a car.
Yeah,
and
the game was still going.
I thought maybe like everyone else crashed too, like all the games crashed, and you were the last one to like be disconnected.
That would have made
sense. So by
sense.
Default you won, but maybe not.
Yeah, the game was still going. There was only one other guy, and he was like camping on a car with a turret, and that was about it. And I was like, I'm done with looking at that. So I tried to make my own game to invite a bunch of people, but it takes forever to invite anybody to come in. And then like when people are there and there's no one else coming, then they leave, and then more people come in, and then they leave. It's not great. I wish GTA Online was a bit better.
I mean that's a mode that you really like. You have to play with your friends. PUBG, like you can get 100 people easily because that's all the game is.
Yeah.
But with any kind of mode in GTA Online, like I tried to do heists on PS4 and I could never get it to work. I probably could on PC with you guys. That would be fun. But yeah, like any mode that you want to play in GTA Online, like you have to have the amount of friends that it's required to do it, or else you're not going to find a game because people just don't care enough. Like they just enjoy running around in the the map and everything. They'd probably make their own version of PUBG with strippers and blow, without actually going into the mode. But literally strippers and blow actually in that game. But yeah, like they'd rather just run around killing people than like wait in a queue for even a few minutes.
It's just confusing. Like all the menus are set up like you don't know which button to get into a queue to play a game.
There's a lot of menus in GTA Online, but
then there's a lot of loading. If you load into the wrong thing, you're like, oh wait, I have to load into this other thing, and then you have to back out. It just takes way too long.
So I feel like PUBG does have a little bit of an advantage in that regard because this new mode.
Yeah, as much as Justin complains about how long it takes to load, it's like 10 times worse in GTA. So just imagine that, guys.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that's only the first example of like a PUBG clone, quote unquote. Yeah. So like who knows what'll be out by the time it actually releases fully, and like says, hey, I'm a real game now. Everyone start playing it when there's already like it's reaching peak numbers now. Yeah. It could fall off by the time it releases because something new and better is out. So we don't know.
And you'd think with all the they're over 1 million players now, right?
Yeah.
And you think with just that big of a player base, and you think that just all those transactions, they just put more money into the actual game, so,
right?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to buy an expensive airline jet.
Yeah, there's that.
I mean, he's an Irish guy that I think the game is being made in like China or Korea or something like that.
Oh, really?
Somewhere in Asia.
South Korea,
yeah.
Huh.
He's got to fly back between Ireland and Korea all the time.
Or, just a simple Skype call.
No, he's a very hands-on person. This player unknown.
Oh yeah.
And he has to come to America all the time for the conventions. And...
Shop around.
Is he a YouTuber or something?
I
No,
don't think so.
No, he's a
he was a modder. Like he modded DayZ and like Hizzy, I think, back in the day.
Okay.
Arma.
And like his mod, like his kind of player unknown, like Battlegrounds type mod became really popular, so he turned it into its own game.
Ah.
It's like his online moniker is player unknown, but his name is known. Like he shows up at these conferences and stuff, and like he's wearing that coat. I think that's actually in the game. But like he's just a nice guy. Like he's not hidden or anything. He's not Deadmau5.
Yeah.
Or like Daft Punk or anything. He's just a guy. But
He's just a dude.
I'm just a man.
I don't remember his name. It's Brendan something.
Yeah. Brendan Green? Sounds right.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Anything else you've been up to, Lo?
Just Fortnite and just other random games. I'm actually going to be working soon on just kind of like a video just involving SLI, just kind of testing games and stuff like that. So it's probably not going to come anytime soon because I have like, I got to grab the footage and all that stuff, edit it up, edit out certain parts, and do all the benchmarking. But that's just something I'm going to be working on in the near future. So yeah, I'm just kind of testing out games, seeing which ones I want to feature in there. So
That's cool.
a little bit of Metro 23 the last couple of days. Really cool game.
2033?
Yes.
Was it 2033? I think is that what I said? I
It's
don't
not Metro 23.
Yeah, it's
20
2033. Yeah.
know. Did I say 23? The Metro, yeah.
You can
the
just say
one where
Metro, and like
the
everyone will
restaurant
know.
is in the underground. Yeah, Metro. There you go.
It
Metro.
was also Metro like last night or something like that. But
That's a
Yeah, I
sequel.
got it in a bundle, so I got both of those. So I'm gonna do the
Okay.
first one and then the second one. The second one actually looks really good, like visually speaking. Like it's really good. Also, Sniper Elite 3, a little bit of that. Cool game. Tomb Raider looks freaking beautiful.
Which one?
Really cool looking game. The first kind of reboot, I guess.
Okay,
it is.
so just Tomb Raider. Okay.
Not Rise of the Tomb Raider, just Tomb
Yeah.
Raider. Yeah.
Such a good reboot of the game of that series.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I started just to kind of like test stuff out, see like look at the visuals and stuff, play with the settings. Then I found myself like I was like an hour later, I'm like, oh crap, like this game is really cool.
Yeah.
But I want to definitely play more of that. I want to actually finish that one. Other than that, yeah, just like random stuff here and there. So
All right. Cool.
that's pretty much it.
I guess that just leaves me. I've been playing Sonic Mania.
Aha.
Sonic's back, guys.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, Ben was like bawling his eyes out due to like Sonic being back,
Mhm.
and I understand. I understand, guys.
You get it now?
I have seen the light, and the light says
The
Sonic
light,
is
it
good.
blue?
Just booting it up and like the animation, like Sonic has just been taken care of. Like, I watch that boot up animation every time I play that game. Like,
Is it? It's so cool.
and the music is fantastic. Like, it's easily some of the best music in games this year.
Even the menus. The menus are even fun.
And I think I'm on the flying battery zone. Like, I almost finished it like a couple days ago, but that zone is incredibly difficult to play through.
Mm-hmm.
I played a little bit of Sonic with my dad in the chemical plant zone. So I just kept going, and he was Tails, and he just kept dying over and over. And then he stopped playing at one point. He's just like, he just holding the controller. He's like, I can't do anything. that's Tails, right? That's your little brother controller.
Yeah.
You just give it to them, and they just don't do anything. They're like, oh, I'm playing the game. So
I love Tails because I don't have to play the fast parts.
Oh man. Yeah, Sonic's really good. The casino area is pretty great. It's probably the best level so far. I don't really care too much for the mini games. Like at first, I liked the secret world, like the secret ring one, where you're chasing the UFO. But they got so progressively more difficult. Like it's just like it's not fun trying to keep up with that and keep your ring counter up while chasing
You
it.
gotta get Supersonic or Super Knuckles. You gotta do it.
No,
You
I
gotta get
don't.
the true ending of the game.
It's not part of the story to get the Chaos Emeralds anymore.
I can just
No, I mean-
I can just Google it. It's fine.
No, you gotta get the true ending. Trust me. I haven't beaten it yet, completed it yet, but 4 and 5 are the toughest one. 6 and 7 are cakewalks. If you can get 4 and 5, you can get 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is
Also,
it now?
wait till you get to Press Garden Zone. That's one of the newer zones. Wait till you get there, and that's when I expect you to go. Wow!
Is that after the flying battery?
It's one of the deeper levels. It's not right after it, but it's one of the deeper levels. It's a really freaking good zone in 2X.
Flying battery is killing me. Like I finally got to the end boss, so hopefully I can finish that soon. I think Chemical Plant Zone, like the boss for that one's pretty great. It's a good old throwback.
Nice.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right? No?
Yeah, I
I
don't know if I
haven't
want
yet.
to spoil it though.
I don't. Well, I won't spoil it, but it's a good throwback to a game that's in the franchise.
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice.
And
It was
that,
so
again, that
unexpected. It was just like out of nowhere. It's like, what the hell am I playing?
yeah, and then that music I love Chemical Plant is my favorite
Yeah.
Sonic music. It sounds like a Michael Jackson piece of music.
Mhm. A lot of people complain about Chemical Plant, but I found it to be like.
Nah, they just need to get
Yeah.
good. That's all they need to do.
Well, because I mean, in Sonic 2, like it was like Green Hill Zone, yeah, everything's cool, yeah, saving the animals, you're Sonic, and then the next thing's like, okay, bitch, shit's getting real now. Should have learned to swim, but you didn't. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like for me, like as far as like my early sort of gaming, like childhood thing, that was kind of like my first kind of like, oh, like I actually need to be good at this in order to like get to the end. So. But yeah,
I'm
cool
so
game.
happy there's a good Sonic game now, like one that's like critically
It's
praised by everybody.
This is the fan made one, right? It started out as a fan
Yeah.
made thing, and then
Yes,
that's awesome.
just give
They
it
need
to
to do more
them.
stuff
Don't make
like
any
that.
more Sonic games. Just give it all to them and
No.
let them do it.
Exactly. Unless if Sonic Forces ends up being good, then whatever. But I mean, I feel like they should work on their own Sonic game and then like have like another side thing going with some like dedicated like fans that actually will give a shit and make it good.
Yeah,
That
they're the
would be
new
nice.
Sonic team. That's what they.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get off my tangent of Sonic, I guess. Justin,
I'm back.
let me talk about Prey.
Okay. Prey actually does look pretty cool.
Yeah, Prey looks pretty cool. Like,
Mhm.
it's kind of like a BioShock type of game where it's like a first-person action game where it has RPG elements, but it's all about like speccing in the way you want to spec in. So if you want to be a hacker, you can like hack terminals and like different keypads and whatnot. And there's also hack. I swear to God, I'm having a stroke. I was about to say hacking again, like hacking, and I was about to say the same damn thing. Repair, so you can like repair turrets and have them fight the enemies for you if you want. There's also crafting in that game. You can deconstruct materials into other materials and then craft them together to make like ammo or neuro mods, which are the upgrades. That game is it kind of like has a really weird difficulty spike where the mimics could do like a crazy amount of damage if you're not careful. So you also come across this glue gun. Like me and Justin were talking about this. Like you get a glue gun that freezes them, and then you can whack them with a wrench. So like that's BioShock, right? Where you shock them then whack them. But it's also like
The old
kind of got
shock and
this
whack.
the old shock and whack. But it's also got like this weird Half-Life like feeling to it too. Like you're on this space station with like a experiment goes wrong. You pick up a wrench instead of a crowbar, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So, yeah.
The first mimics look like head crabs.
Yep. Yeah, the mimics look like head crabs.
Interesting.
So I want to play more of that, but I also want to play a lot more. I have to play another game that I don't know if I can mention right now. It might be under embargo, so I'll leave it for that. So I have to
That's
finish.
fun.
I have to finish that game and write up a review for it. But I also want to play more Sonic. There's a lot of things that I want to play, and there's a lot more games coming out that I want to play. So many
Metroid.
games, guys. Yeah, you can.
Next
play...
week I will be all Metroid all the time.
Yeah,
even though it
You
will
and
come
me.
out. Like it'll come out next Friday when we record this, but I may or may not just play it while you guys are talking.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
I guess it's just you and me, Thomas. Unless you get it too, then it's just me.
No,
I mean like I'll be here. Just like get him, Samus, get him.
shoot the Metroid, shoot the rockets.
Yeah, that's gonna be me.
Like that old
I'm just gonna be
Nokia
doing
NDS commercial.
Samus Aran cosplay. That's all I'll be doing.
Cute.
You're gonna wear a Zero Suit, Samus.
Yeah,
You know, if somebody paid me $500, I would do it.
Zero Suit Iggy.
Zero Suit Iggy. If somebody gave me $500, I will go to a convention in that tight ass spandex showing all of my curves.
I will give you back the multiple $100 you gave me.
Nah, man, because that shit's fake, yo.
Yeah, but then you can just pay him back with those fake dollars. You won't have to spend more fake dollars on him.
Exactly. You can just launder it at the Ozarks. They'll never know. I started watching Ozark, by the way.
Is that the Netflix show?
Yeah, with Jason Bateman.
Yes.
That takes place literally 45 minutes away from me.
Yeah, that's right. I remember talking about that.
Although they film a lot of it in Atlanta, Georgia, because everything's filmed in Atlanta. But I can sometimes tell the difference. Like they had one scene inside like an arcade that I've been to multiple times, and I was like, that looks so familiar. I'm pretty sure he's actually talking to the owner of that arcade. That guy looks really familiar.
Nice.
But like a lot of the actual like interior business scenes and stuff, like anytime it's not like panning over a lake, it's usually not actually at the lake, which is disappointing. But there's no tax breaks or anything in Missouri, so I get it. But that's beside the point. Wrong show. Sorry.
Yeah. So I guess that's it for video games. Let's head on into the news.
Newsy news tune. A newsy news tune.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost, I'm going to whoop your ass.
All right, we're starting there, huh?
Yep, I had to.
Apparently.
I'm sorry.
He's been waiting.
Yeah, so there's a video game coming out called Fight of Gods.
No, it's already out.
Is it already out?
It's already out. Now on Steam.
Damn.
Available now.
Yeah, so this game lets you fight as a bunch of different deities, different gods. You can fight as Buddha, Odin, Zeus, Anubis, sorry.
Anubis.
Let me get my Animus out of here.
Okay, real quick, I have to interrupt you because I'm like looking at the trailer and there's a comment that says Jesus nailed it, and that's amazing.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
yeah, and you also get to play as Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, he literally rips his cross and just starts beating down on combos. It's so great. My favorite tagline, I don't know if it's the trailer that coined it or the streamer Maximilian Dude that I watch, but he says, "Do sit cross-ups with Jesus." It's just like, you're going to have to look up what a cross-up is, but in the context of that, it's so fucking funny.
This kind of reminds
these comments are all amazing, actually. It says, Jesus is buff. Heard he's doing CrossFit.
That's so good.
This kind of reminds me of that Family Guy, the Family Guy joke where, oh man, what is it? Passion of the Christ 2, but like
Christ Hard, yeah, where
Christ
he's like,
Hard.
it's like a Lethal Weapon movie.
yeah.
You can here's the thing though. This seems like a joke. It's an actual functioning fighting game.
Yeah.
Like, it's an
It doesn't look
actually
terrible.
It doesn't look terrible.
It looks pretty bad.
It's a little
I mean,
janky,
the
but like
animation's a little janky. Yeah.
gameplay wise, like I watched the streamer play it because I'm not gonna buy this.
Oh, but it looks so good, Ben.
I mean, like I got other shit.
Come on. Like
MVCI is coming out. MVCI is coming out. That's my excuse. Anyways,
Yeah.
but like you can do some pretty fun combos with Jesus. Like you can lay the beat down as your Lord and Savior. Like that's pretty cool. And like Anubis, like they're all. Here's the thing: they're as low budget as this game is. Each character looks different. They play differently. The music is actually really, really good. And the final boss is just as crazy as you would expect for a fighting game to have a final boss to have. But I'm sorry, but the spectacle is the fact that you can fight as Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay, Ben, I have to counterpoint you real quick. This game has Amaterasu in it. Does MVCI have Amaterasu in it?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So you can either buy this or just, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Either way, you get Amaterasu, which is way better.
I'll probably buy this at some point and maybe stream it because there's no online. As of right now, there's no online. It's just local only. Yeah, there's no online.
That kind of kills it for me.
Yeah, but again, if
you
have
it's still
friends,
$5 on Steam.
Yeah, if you have friends over, I'm gonna whoop your ass with the power of the Holy Spirit, baby.
Well, unfortunately, if you're in Malaysia, you probably won't be able to get this.
Oh, why not?
Because Malaysia is blocking the Steam store because of the release of Jesus Christ, I guess.
Oh.
It says right now players in Malaysia can access the games they own in Steam, but the Steam store is being blocked by some local telcos, so telecoms, in Malaysia. From reports we are reading, this is due to a single game that conflicts with local laws. A rep said, we have contacted the developer to remove the game and are attempting to make contact with the officials in Malaysia to remove the block. So you probably won't be able to get this in Malaysia if they finally get the Steam store back up.
I'm honestly surprised. When I first saw this, I thought it was a joke like Justin did. I fully expected this to go into a social media uproar, like, how dare you put the sanctimony of Jesus Christ and have him lay it the smack down. No, it's not. It's been relatively quiet of you can beat ass with Jesus.
I don't know. I guess not a lot of places are picking this game up as
probably
anything worthy.
I can't wait till Fox News picks this up a year from now and access if it's new. That's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
It's been new for a year. Where have you been?
I just like how they're all actually pretty good designs. Like they're, it seems like they've done their research at least. Like they understand these characters enough to make, logical fighting styles out of them and adapt their respective religions into an art style.
Yeah.
Like it seems blasphemous, but it's accurate. Like just because you're using these characters in a fighting game, that's true of anything else. There's so many things where a god is used. Like Final Fantasy has Odin in it.
Yeah, but nobody believes in the Norse gods anymore.
I know, but I'm just saying this is only a problem because it's Jesus.
Yeah, I will say though. Also, Moses is in the game too. Speaking of Moses, he has the best stage in the entire game because it's literally the Red Sea parting, and it's so freaking cool.
That's like his.
It's the best.
That's his finisher, right?
I'm not sure about that because I didn't see a playthrough with Moses, but his stage is literally you're fighting as the Red Sea is parting.
I saw the commandments pop up behind him and then waves start going.
Yeah, I think that's what
Moses
it was.
Moses isn't a god though.
He's a
religious figure.
He's a religious figure of the Jewish people. So there you go.
I mean,
he's Noah. You don't see him fighting with 2 elephants on his arms or anything.
DLC. There you go.
That'd be kind of awesome, actually. You just you toggle out his weapon loadout, and it's different pairs of animals. He punches you with a giraffe, and it's got really long reach, but it's not that strong because the neck breaks. It has 2 rhinos.
I'd rather have crocodiles on my fist, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want some Aztec gods in there. Give me some South American, Native American gods in here, and I'll buy this game
the
for
real
sure.
super duper violent ones, yeah.
I was gonna say Anubis, but that's Egyptian.
Anubis is in the game.
I know, but that's Egyptian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of any Aztec gods. Is Krishna in it, by the way? I didn't see Krishna.
Krishna's not in it. I am technically Aztec, and I don't know any Aztec gods.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, they were dead by the time I got here, so.
Technically, gods never die.
Heroes never die, from what I've been told.
The legend will never die. Name that game.
Soul Calibur.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. That was an easy
Or
one.
Soul Edge. It's the same.
Oh yeah,
It was in
that's
Soul
true.
Edge first, and then they put it in Soul Calibur.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought Soul Calibur was the sequel to Soul Edge.
Yes, it
It
is. It is.
Yeah.
But Soul Edge is considered its own game, and then Soul Calibur is a series
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that like followed from Soul Edge. But I like Soul Edge the most because you had a bunch of customizable weapons and stuff that you unlocked from the single player.
Plus a kick-ass killer intro song.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Soul Edge is great.
Good game. Good game.
All right. Yeah. The first topic I wanted to touch on was the FTC topic we have here.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
a while back, if you don't remember, a couple YouTubers were, I don't know, like they were deceiving their audience by showing it, like by not declaring that they were the ownership of this program that they were using to sell to their audience. Trevor T.
Well, they were
Martin-
profiting through two means at once. Like I think I said before, I did a paper on this, and basically, like they were saying that they were being sponsored by this site, which
Yeah.
they ran.
Mhm.
So technically, they were sponsoring themselves, which is a kind of code of ethics issue all on its own. And then they were using the sponsorship that they were promoting to bring people into the site that they owned, without saying that they owned it.
Yeah.
So they were profiting on both sides: the YouTube side of saying it's a sponsored video and getting the ad revenue, and then also by bringing people in without having to actually get money or anything from the sponsorship, all that. And they were getting money from the site that they were promoting.
Yeah. So yeah, two YouTubers called Trevor T. Martin or Martin T. Martin. His name is the worst.
Of course, comeback once, comeback two. That works too.
And unfortunately, this guy has the name of Thomas Syndicate Castle. He's butchering my good name.
Your name's cooler.
So yeah, these social media influencers, like Justin said, they're profiting off their site and their YouTube at the same time, while also promoting their site while saying they weren't really owners of it. And it was a Counter-Strike Go gambling website that people can go to, and I guess gamble and try to get skins and sell them off and stuff. Like there's been a whole controversy of lottery.
And they didn't have age gates or anything, so there was like 13-year-olds putting money into this thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't stop them, and they basically said it's not our fault they're doing it.
Yeah. And they're still going. They still put up YouTube vids and stuff. Like nothing's stopping them.
Yeah.
But
It's
the
dumb.
real thing here is that the FTC like now requires them to disclose any material connections that they have with an endorser. So it's kind of setting a precedent of what's to come. Basically, just saying social media influencers need to tell their audience that they're specifically being endorsed.
Right.
They say here consumers need to know when a social media influencer is being paid or have other material connection to brands or endorsed in their posts. So the acting FTC chairman, Maureen Olhausen. This action, the FTC's first this is the first action against individual influencers. This should send a message that such connections need to be clearly disclosed so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. Which, yeah, we need to have something like this because the lines are getting blurred like every single day. Like,
Yeah,
it's getting pretty bad out there.
because social media influencers is like one of the biggest growing career paths. It seems like
Yeah.
like Instagram models who were like drinking like some kind of protein shake and talking about how delicious it is without being told that it's a paid advertisement or whatever for that company. And things like that. Like this is supposed to be happening already.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there's YouTube guidelines specifically that say, if you are doing a sponsored video, you have to state clearly that it's sponsored, either at the beginning of the video, the end of the video, sometime in between, or in the description.
Yeah.
Ideally multiple of those. And people will do it, but it'll be very vague. So like they need to make better guidelines for that and apply it to other social media also.
Yeah, the actually one of the things that they've actually like specified was Instagram stuff. Because a lot of that stuff on there is a lot of it paid endorsements.
Yeah.
They sent out like messages about this to I think 21 social media influencers earlier this year. They sent warning letters. So they're setting a precedent on influencers, which they couldn't manage themselves, so now the government has to step in and tell them what's up.
Good.
I used to like T. Martin.
Yeah.
I used to watch him back in the day.
You know what sucks though?
Turns out a lot
Sorry.
of YouTubers are scum, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what sucks about this though is the fact that there are plenty of YouTubers that I watch that do disclose on, hey, this is a bad deal. Yet their fans seem to always give them shit for this stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
So while I don't agree with it, I can sometimes sympathize with like, well, I'll just put it in the description and not tell you fuckers because you guys are just gonna get mad if I tell you it's sponsored. Like, no, like I've never understood fans who get upset when they're a YouTuber they watch get sponsored. I'm like, that means they get to create more shit that you like watching.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's so dumb. Like a lot of people that I think they think because like YouTube and social media and things like that are free, that like no one should expect money for the things they do.
Yeah.
It's like you put an advertisement into a video and suddenly they're like, ugh, you're such a sellout for wanting to make money off of your job.
Yep.
It's like,
and the thing is, it's like you're not even required to buy it. Like they're not telling you, you don't have to buy it.
No.
Just
right.
like that's another thing.
I saw this big deal for JonTron for a while because he would do like, he doesn't put out a lot of videos and stuff, and people have their opinions on JonTron. I'm not getting into that, but like he would put out these little mini videos between his big produced stuff that was just like like literally an advertisement thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's playing through a game and like he's commenting on it for like 6 minutes, like not a let's play type, but like his kind of commentary.
Yeah.
But like just gameplay and his voice, not so much like his
Scene-Nanners would do
stuff.
that also. Like a lot of them have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I wait a month for JonTron content, and all I get is a stupid sponsored video. It's like you're getting content for free.
Yeah.
He's getting paid from someone entirely different. You don't have to watch it.
I normally
Get
don't watch
over it.
those. Yeah, like I just I don't even bother like saying anything. I just okay, this is a sponsored video. I won't watch it, but I'll watch his next thing, and I'm glad like he's getting paid to do that thing, and he gets to keep making videos that I enjoy.
I go out of my way to watch sponsored videos. It's like, well, you obviously, yeah, it's like this is obviously important to you. And most YouTubers, smart YouTubers at least, will sponsor things that they know their audience might like. So,
Right.
Or they'll work it into their existing style of video. Like Peanut Butter Gamer is really good at that. He'll do kind of like review videos of new games, saying like they sent him the game, and so he's gonna do a video on it type thing. And it's exactly like his other videos. It just happens to be a new game he was paid to review instead of like an old one that he's just making fun of.
Right, but yet people's like, "Oh, you should sell out." I'm just like, are you?
Yeah.
People like that are just idiots. But also,
Right.
you should disclose it no matter what. At the same time, audience, and it's not everybody, obviously, but audiences need to start letting up on their favorite YouTube creator, content creators, because they refuse to use the words influencer. And just say like, look, either don't watch the video and that's fine, come back for the next one, or just be okay with the fact that like, hey, they want to eat too.
Right.
Yeah.
You can sit there on your welfare and watch their videos for free, but they need to make money.
Damn! Oh,
Yeah, I said it. Come at me, bro. Come at
Can
me.
you add the MLG air horn to that, please? I need that. Yeah, Jesus Christ!
I'll see if I can if I remember
Drop
to
the
add
mic.
that in.
Let's move on.
Beautiful.
Yeah, if not, add your own at your at-home people. But seriously, yeah, stop being babies. Stop being babies. Grow the fuck up. Even if you're 15 years old.
Yeah, I hope this just leads to like more like being more clear in like what you're doing. Like there's a thing that really bugs me is that when people are paid like actual money to review a product, and they call that a review when it's clearly not a review. You're being paid money to say something is good. Like
Well, if you're given the thing for free and then told to review it unbiased, that's one thing.
Yeah.
If you're being paid to give a positive review, that's totally different.
Exactly. And that's that.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
something
used
that's
to. I used to work both ends of this kind of thing. Like I would send products out to people, and they're like, "Oh, well, like, where's my paycheck?" I'm like, "Damn, I didn't even ask you to like, I wasn't offering you money. I was offering you this product so you can review it like a responsible person.
Yeah.
A responsible person. Yeah.
It's just that's just something that really gets to me like a lot.
Yeah.
And the mess up thing is that like even if you're given the product for free, and I've seen the same thing happens with the completionist, a YouTuber I follow, where like people will still call him out. It's like, well, of course you're gonna give it great. They gave it to you for free. I'm like, maybe you just he wasn't. Maybe just maybe they fucking like the goddamn game or product they reviewed, and it's not everything some kind of tinfoil conspiracy trying to get you to spend money. First of all, have some self fucking control whenever somebody presents you something and says, well, I guess I have to buy it now. God, I never want to shop. If you're the kind of person who goes into Walmart thinking, well, you're making me spend this money. I'm like, bitch, no, you're the one who's making you spend this money. Self-control, motherfucker. Speak it. I'm sorry, I'm done.
Yeah.
But no, there is something to be said for the people that are always given games for free. Like, a lot of games reviewers and professional outlets and things like that. Yeah. Like, they don't really care about the cost of a game. They only care about the quality of it in the moment.
Good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so, like, they're not thinking about the same, things that other people might think of where it's like, okay, yeah, this game is good, but, there's not a lot of content there, and it's a $60 game, and, like, there's other things coming out that I might want to get. Like, they're not weighing those pros and cons. They're literally just saying, is this a good game?
Yeah.
They don't take the cost into account because they didn't have to pay for it. And that's good and bad because they're judging the game totally on its own merit, but also they're saying, like, everyone should get this game. It's amazing. And so other people are spending money on this thing, which, like you said, self-control. But other people are spending money on this thing. I like how this isn't even about the topic anymore, like the actual news.
Well, it's about influencers and, like, reviewing products.
Right, the effect they have on people.
Yeah.
But other people are spending money on this thing that, the reviewer didn't have to pay money for. So, like, that didn't pepper into their decision. Like, how much money you have to spend on a game is directly related to how much enjoyment you expect to get out of it. Yeah. If you don't pay anything for it, you have a lower expectation of that joy, I think.
Yeah. I buy a shit ton of games.
I don't know.
So,
I kind of disagree with that point in a way, just because at the end of the day, you're going to enjoy a game whether the price point, the price point really doesn't matter. To a certain degree, it does not matter. You're going to enjoy the game whether it's $60, $20, or $40. If you like the game, you're going to like the game. You're not going to think it's perfect in every aspect. You're not everybody's like me. Not everybody can be Flip's hair. It's marvelous. But like if a reviewer says they like the game and they really enjoyed it, even if it does, and as long as they list out criticisms, I'm fine with them. I'm fine with all of that. Again, like another one I watch, he's not a reviewer, but he would be considered a influencer. Maximilian Nude, he's arguably one of the biggest names in fighting games. People have been giving him shit over Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Horrible shit, because he says he's genuinely looking forward to the game. And it's like, how can you defend this game? Like, he's clearly not. He's excited for certain aspects, yet he's also talking about his shortcomings, but people only focus on the fact that he's being somewhat positive in the game versus a lot of other people. And it just ticks me off from, like, you can see the game for yourself, right? You can I will say this, as much as I listen to reviewers and I have a lot of YouTubers that I watch that I take their opinions into accreditation, as well as you guys too. At the end of the day, it comes down to me. Will I actually enjoy it? Because despite no matter how well reviewed a product is, I have to ask myself, A, do I really need this? B, am I actually a human adult who can spend his money wisely? C, will I have fun with this? And that's just because a game is good and well made doesn't mean it's going to be fun for you. Like Dark Souls example for me. I will never play those games, but I acknowledge that they are very well done. And it's just stop bitching at your favorite content creators, because sooner or later some of them will just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just not gonna do this anymore, and then you're gonna be upset when they leave, and you have only yourself to blame.
But they'll still blame the person.
Yep. Because
we couldn't handle a little criticism. What a little soft boy.
This is why I'm glad I'm a small-time Let's Player.
That's where that whole kind of the content creator viewer disconnect kind of comes in. It's like, I don't know, like one person that comes to mind is also he was doing reviews consistently, Angry Joe. And then so he started doing another type of video, and then his fans were like, oh, well, what the hell? You should be doing more of these reviews, this, that, blah, blah, whatever. But he he's one of those people that puts a lot of like production and effort and money and time and editing into his content. So it's like
his literal soul.
Yeah, basically. And then so I guess at some point he said he was gonna take like a vacation or something. He just kind of decided on a whim. It was just kind of like out of the blue, and then like people lost their shit. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of it's a crazy thing. And then you got stuff like with the CS:GO Lotto thing. I remember seeing like the clip from that video that T Martin did. He's like, "Hey guys, T Martin here. There's this thing I heard about. It's called CS:GO Lotto." I'm like, yeah, he totally tried to sell it as like something that like, oh, I just happened upon it on the internet and I just got a sponsorship. Look, I want something. Look, you can win.
Hey guys, I found this huge bag of weed on the street.
I would take that over his gambling site.
Yeah, and it was just like it's the craziest thing because like I said, I used to watch him like a lot, especially back in the day when like the only like shooter in my small gaming world was Call of Duty. I was like, yeah, I want to get better at Call of Duty. How do I do that? Look up videos.
Oh, you look up videos. You see what the pros are
like,
doing.
Oh, he's got a cool voice. Yeah, he talks really fast. Yeah, I can trust this dude. Yeah, sure. But yeah, it's a crazy thing. But I hope that like good comes out of this, as opposed to people like, oh, it's just the government trying to regulate you. No, it's they're stepping in because they have to. And
business needs to be regulated. It's the one area that really needs regulation, more regulation than it has.
Exactly. Because it's just, that's pretty much it. Because I mean, this whole thing's just been kind of like the Wild West. It's just like, oh, well, it seems like it's okay, so I'm gonna do it. And if nobody says anything, it might be okay. Cool. Yeah. So it's a thing that's just consistently developing, and like I said, I just hope that only good comes from this. And if you are a content creator out there who has a significant following, you have, whether or not you think you do, you have a responsibility towards your viewers somewhat, and that is transparency. So if you have some kind of a sponsorship or somebody gives you a free product, you need to disclose that kind of stuff, because if you don't, it's going to be a lot worse than if you just told people in the first place. I'd rather have people be like, oh, sponsor via that, rather than people being like, oh, well, you never told us that you got this product, so how are we supposed to trust you now? Yeah. So
I guess now would be a good time to tell you that this podcast is not sponsored by Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, it's not sponsored by Honey Nut Cheerios. That was the best cereal you could come up with? Come on.
I was trying to think of something
This podcast sponsored by my empty Colt 45 can. 45% of the time works every time.
Nice.
That's great.
I love that. That was brilliant.
All right.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. I think we discussed that topic thoroughly enough. Let's move on to a fun topic. We got LA Noire coming to the Switch.
Oh yeah.
The first Rockstar game ever to come to a Nintendo console, I think.
No, there was Chinatown Wars.
Lie or doubt.
Was that actually made by Rockstar though?
I don't know if it was Rockstar, but it was a GTA game on the DS.
Published it.
Let me look it up. But yeah, LA Noire is coming to the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, the Switch, and is also going to be coming to the HTC Vive VR.
I get to question criminals in virtual reality. My ultimate dream.
You can look at their faces and decode if they're lying or not.
They're awkward ass faces.
Mm-hmm.
Their last generation like motion detection software.
Trust me, you watch a Let's Play, watch clips of that. There's some hilarious, just awkward faces. It's too funny. That being said, LA Noire is one of my favorite games from last generation. Because of I call it the modern point-and-click adventure game, because that's what it is. Because people think, oh, it's GTA in the 40s. No, it's not. It's very much more intricate. And as a person who loves crime stories, this is so good. Like, it captures that feeling of Los Angeles, that 1950s feeling, with corruption, and they deal with one of the famous murders. The Black Dahlia. Yeah, that was one of the best cases. That was
the best section of that game. Yeah,
that's the best section of that game. I think it's Homicide.
Yep.
Is that the one? Yeah, because then you go to Vice afterwards, and then then it gets the production got cut. But seriously, this is so cool. Like I fully expected LA Noire to go to PS4 and Xbox One and PC, not VR, but like the fact that it's coming to Switch is like, what? I won't buy it at launch when it comes out because I've already played it to death, and two, that month, like October, November is already stacked for me as it is for the Switch.
Yeah, that's a bad release time for a re-release of a game.
What, November 14th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably get it for like as a Christmas game, just something to have to play through, because I would love to play through it again, and then because it's such a massive game, like I would love to be able to play it at home, then take it on the go. Like I think that's the benefit of me buying it again. There was a great image I saw on Twitter, and I apologize if I don't know the person who credited it, where it's like exclusive Nintendo DLC, and it's Mario questioning Bowser about kidnapping Peach. So it's like, I don't think they're going to do that, but God, if they put Nintendo stuff in there, that'd be so funny. But if you haven't played LA Noire, right, and you're a Switch owner, if you haven't played LA Noire, I encourage, and your November isn't as packed as, say, mine or Justin's, I encourage you to buy this game because it's really smart, it's really fun, and it's really engaging. Like, especially I know Homicide's the best, but in terms of like thriller plot thickening, Vice/Arson at the end is so compelling. It's really good. Yeah, LA Noire's worth. I just wonder how it's gonna run. That's what I want to know now at this point. Like, what's it gonna look like in docked mode, and what's it gonna run like in handheld mode? I want to see that.
I feel like on the new consoles, it's not going to look amazing because like it was really pretty at the time, but a lot of the technology hasn't aged super well in it. Even if you look at the PC version, and on the Switch, I don't know. It seems strange. Like I'm excited it's coming to the Switch because that's the kind of game that like isn't like everything else that's on there, and that could be really cool. But with how much you have to focus on details and like minute facial expressions and things like that, the game, like I haven't played it, I've just seen videos and stuff on it, but like with how much you have to, it's a detective thing, so like you have to look for details, like little like evidence and things like that. Like playing that on the 6-inch screen doesn't seem like it would be very intuitive.
So, some of the facial expressions are like
stuff.
very like exaggerated. Like they go.
Yeah, it's pretty jokingly bad. How I don't think that's gonna be a problem, Justin, because with that 6-inch screen, everyone I played on the PS3, the camera was not zoomed in, but you would only be focused on that when you're interrogations. And
what about looking for clues and stuff, though?
Looking for clues, that'll be interesting because you're technically in a bigger world. But usually things in the game, sorry, let me close myself. When you were looking for clues in crime scenes, it wasn't just you were looking for visual clues, because obviously not everything is going to be labeled out for you. You would listen for a chime. That's how you would know to inspect something. So that, like, if it's a little less than the detail, I can forgive it, although there's no reason why it shouldn't be. I like, as long as I keep that chime in there from the first game, where like you walk by something in here, dung dung dung, and you just press X or whatever button it is it's going to be on the Switch, you'll be fine. Okay. Because I mean they can get this came out at the same time as Skyrim, and which a lot of people don't remember.
No, I'm not saying like graphically it'll be an issue. I'm just saying like as far as the screen size and like fidelity of the screen, because it's going to be 720p on a 6-inch screen if you play it, on the handheld. Well, so I always think about how games will kind of transfer to that.
Yeah. Like
really text-heavy things, or like things we have to really pay attention to detail, like that can be an issue.
Well, again, having played LA Noire, a lot of the stuff they would present to you would especially when you're looking for stuff like on dead bodies, the camera would zoom in on them. So it's not like anything out of focus or anything like that. I don't think that's going to be a problem, personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think it's really cool.
I just wonder frame rate.
Definitely surprise.
Frame rate is the one thing I'm worried about, because it's a pretty big open world. Granted, Breath of the Wild got running and Skyrim's running, allegedly is running really well on the Switch, and that's a pretty big open world. But LA Noire has a lot more going on with this open world, with this continuous moving traffic and cars and ever city sprawling landscape that is 1950s Los Angeles. I really hope this does well enough to make an LA Noire 2 or maybe not even LA Noir 2, but like a Chicago Noir.
Yeah, a
something.
modern tech version of that would be really cool. That's what I
wouldn't
want.
want modern. I like the 50s aesthetic. Just give
No,
me.
no,
more-
I mean like a modern technology.
Oh, okay.
A modern
Okay.
made
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah, I because ever since the first game ended, I beat the first game. I've been wanting a sequel to this for the longest time. But the studio that made Team Bondi, I think it's Blondie or Bondi or something like that, and they were an Australian team. They folded shortly after the game came out. So that's why there hasn't been a sequel, or at least Rockstar hasn't. They've developed it into GTA, and now Red Dead 2. So I hope this sells well enough, and it gets a sequel, because I would pay, good money for an LA or a LA Noir sequel, even if it's not in LA.
Yeah, that game was kind of interesting. I remember the lines that you could select from. Like, it seemed like the voice actor was kind of going out there with some of the things that you would pick up. Like, you just want to press them a little bit, and the guy would just freak out and like press them super hard. Yeah. So yeah, Chinatown Wars was made by Rockstar Leeds and Rockstar North. So
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
There was also a Grand Theft Auto Advance that came out before that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It was probably made by Rockstars too, but that game was garbage, so it doesn't count.
yeah, I'd be interested in seeing what the Vive version looks like how that works in
Yeah.
VR. Real games coming to VR now. All right. Let's move on. Speaking of games that were in VR, we got Resident Evil Gold Edition coming. So we have a Resident Evil Gold Edition announced, and a new DLC called Not a Hero.
That's technically not new. That was supposed to come out in the spring, but it's just been delayed. So that'll probably just be included with this one if you don't already own the game.
Okay.
Hmm.
So special edition of the game will be packaged with the full base game and all the added-on content. Includes the banned footage DLC and the End of Zoe campaign.
I really want to did they say a price point?
I don't think so.
All right, because if this game's $40, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Because I want to be scary boys.
I bought that game at full price and I still haven't played too much of it. There was just so much
I heard
coming
it's really
out
good.
at the time when I bought it.
It kind of bothers me that this End of Zoe campaign is separate from the season pass, because they delayed a bunch of stuff. That was supposed to be in the season pass already, and then now it's finally coming out just as this gold edition is coming out. That includes the End of Zoe campaign, but the people that bought the season pass have to pay extra for it.
That's kind of bullshit, yeah.
So it's they bought the base game and the DLC. This is what that Doom example we had a month or two ago, except worse, because this is actually kind of crap. But yeah, people that bought the base game and the season pass, before it was even out, if they pre-ordered all that stuff, they paid probably $80, $85, something like that, to get the stuff that's just now coming out, and they don't get this new thing that's coming out that will be included in probably the new $40 to $60 gold edition.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem very fair.
No.
Capcom, you know how to handle your season passes.
That's not exactly new. I hate to say that, but look at another studio. Warner Brothers did with Mortal Kombat 10. The game launched at $60. You had 3 expansion fighter packs with DLC costumes, and then a year later, Mortal Kombat XL comes out for $60 with everything. So
Yeah,
it's
but all that stuff was already out by then. I'm saying
No,
if you
no,
have
no,
a
it
period
wasn't.
of time. Huh?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No, by the time. Okay, are you saying that? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Never mind. I'm wrong. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if you have a period of time where all that stuff has already been out, so the people that had the original and the season pass have an exclusivity period, that's fine.
Yeah.
But with this, it's basically this new DLC, which is free for the the season pass people, but it was also supposed to be out like you said over the summer or something. That's included in both. But then this other pack, the End of Zoe add-on, that I think they had mentioned before but hadn't dated or anything yet, is not included in that season pass, but is included in the gold edition that also includes everything else that everyone has gotten. And the last part of the season pass comes out, I think, like the same day that the gold edition comes out. But those people had to pay way more for it than the gold edition people will. That's what I'm saying doesn't seem fair.
Comes the breaks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care either way. It's kind of crappy marketing.
Yeah.
I agree. Speaking of some brilliant marketing, South Park.
Don't just lesson kids, don't pre-order games and don't buy season passes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hate to say
Pretty much.
it. I mean, says the guy who pre-ordered Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Don't pre-order
Yeah.
games unless you really want the game.
Hey man, and I know.
Yeah. I get trapped in that
Anyway.
pre-order too with like when they're like when Amazon had the 20% off, I would always pre-order a game.
Oh, yeah.
I was
It's great.
thinking-
Mm-hmm.
But now it's 10%. It's like it's not as much.
Move to
Anyways.
America.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
America.
Yeah.
No,
so
don't.
let's head on into South Park. So yeah, South Park.
South Park, I have the same as Tim. Said it.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Meet some friends of mine. Yeah, so
Of
South
all races.
Park Fractured But Whole is going to have a custom character thing.
Mm-hmm.
Same as last game.
Character creator, but the key takeaway here is that the difficulties, there's a difficulty slider, and you can slide all the way down to easy, and you can slide all the way up to hard. But if you play on hard,
Very
your character
hard.
will be black. If you slide all the way down on easy, your character will be white.
I just want to point out that being black is actually very hard.
I can
Oh,
see
yeah.
with your
The difficulty setting, or just from
No,
personal?
it literally says very hard.
Okay, gotcha.
Like that's the difficult.
I have a feeling that might be an actual joke.
I
That
just got
might
it.
be an actual
I
joke
just,
in the game.
I just got it.
Like a penis reference, or
Yes, that's what it is.
okay.
Is Zero our own version of Butters in this scenario?
I guess.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I like Butters.
Butters is great. He's the best character on the show.
He is. He really is.
Great.
Yeah, there's also a cool part in the game where like you can decide if you're male, female, or other, and then if you pick other or you pick female, it like retcons the first game,
That was pretty funny.
which is pretty cool. You can play as like a transgender if you want to, which is
I'm totally doing that.
kind of neat. Like, there's not a lot of options for that in video games, and it's kind of neat that South Park is one of the games doing that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that way more than difficulty slider.
Yeah, the difficulty isn't really like it doesn't affect combat all that much. It only really affects how the way people talk to you and some of the money that you get. I don't think they specified like if you get more or less money. It'd be funny if you get more because I don't know. It just breaks the stereotype, I guess. But yeah, thoughts.
I'll let you comment first, Lo.
Oh, first of all, I don't think South Park is about breaking stereotypes.
No,
Honestly, like I don't take this very seriously at all. I'm like, oh, if they make it to where like this actually like affects your gameplay or like the way you play the game, like as far as like some actual difficulty like aspect, then yeah, then I would be kind of like, I don't know, guys, what are you doing here? But honestly, I feel like just because it is who it is, and it's like the South Park guys, I feel like that this, honestly, it's a joke.
Yeah.
And the fact that people, and you know, if you're offended by it, that's exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
And if you're laughing at it, then that's exactly what they wanted too. And if you're somewhere in between, or if you don't really know how to feel about it, I'm sure that's probably what they wanted as well. So I don't know. But I was actually mentioning this earlier on the Discord. There was this other game I was playing. It's an old game now, Mountain Blade. So it's kind of like a medieval type of base game. It's kind of like almost like Game of Thrones in a way. Like you kind of like start from nothing. You kind of like rise up and build an army and like become king and all this shit. And then so with this expansion, you are now able to make a female character. So that it actually does affect like the gameplay. Like people like basically don't respect you. Like the nobles don't like, oh, you're nothing, this, that, blah, blah, blah. People don't want to give you property. People don't want to fight for you. It's basically the game's like hard mode, like making a female character. So, I mean, I feel like if they were to do something like that to where like it literally like it was legit like hard mode, like then I could see people getting like upset about it. And for good reason too. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of one of those people that's sort of in the middle about it. I think it's just more funny than anything else. I'm thinking it's a harmless joke, and I'm hoping that's all it is. Because, I mean, I don't know. Because doing anything more than that, I feel like is just not going to end well. But then again, it's the South Park guy, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Stick of Truth. I don't know if you played it low, but like Stick of Truth really wasn't that difficult. Like it was a fairly easy game, especially once you got like a lot of money. So I think it's just a joke. Like some people are obviously not going to get the joke, and it might be a little on the nose in terms of what South Park's doing, but that's what they do. That's what they've been doing since 1997.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on this, Low, but my issue here is like, you know, as a token white guy, like I'm worried that if it actually does have an effect on gameplay, like if it's just commentary,
right,
it's clever. Like, you know, if there's literally no difference, but it's just like essentially, like you said, how dialogue plays out, and like the slider of easy to very hard is just literally a joke. Like there's not actually a difficulty setting in the game. It's just like, you know, the way people perceive you. That's one thing. But like even if it just affects gold, like that's still something that actually makes the game more difficult.
That part's kind of weird.
What?
That part's kind of weird.
Right. And then like you're essentially convincing people to not play as anything other than white because they don't want to, you know, have the game be more challenging.
Right.
And there'll be some people that just do it because it's fun, but then you're kind of making a joke out of that. It's like, oh, I want to see how it is to, you know, to have my game be harder. So I'm going to be a black guy. Like, then you're making a joke out of the situation. And I know that's what they're trying to do, but they've always been very good at very neutral commentary. Like they equally offend everyone. But this seems like very traditional type thing where it's like, if you're a white person, you have it really easy. If you're a black person, you have it, you know, really hard. It's like, that's just true. Like, that's not commentary. That's just true. And so you're just basically convincing people that they should want to be, you know, if they get to create their own character, they should want to make a white character because that's how the game is meant to be played. You know what I mean? Because like the harder difficulties in a game are always like what you do when you know, master it or whatever. You never. Some people do play through a game for the first time in hard mode, but it's not the norm. So you're saying like the normal mode to play the game in is as a white guy, or you know, girl or other, whatever the case is. Because I don't think that has a difference.
Or it's like mixed race is the normal mode.
There is a part after the character creation where you do like the whole like male female transgender thing where you actually you leave the school and then this is like part of the article. There's like a video. Then you leave the school and then a bunch of rednecks jump you. So I feel like that's kind of like situations like that. That's where the dialogue would change.
Yeah.
Like if you were a black dude, they'd probably say something about you being black. We're like, well, they're rednecks. They're ignorant rednecks. So obviously they're gonna like want to beat up anything that's not like them. So
or Carmen's gonna ask you a stereotypical question.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
And like I said, if it's just commentary, that would actually be fun. Like I'd love to see the differences there, like how they work the script and everything.
Yeah.
But if it affects gameplay in any way, I feel like it's going to be received more negatively.
Right.
Because then they're saying something about the race differences rather than just having it be like a, you know, I don't want to say in joke, but like a point of contention in the game itself as far as the dialogue trees and how people act and things like that. But then you could argue that like it doesn't make enough difference because, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's always something you can say about it.
Right.
But I just don't want to see a game that makes like a race an actual like gameplay mechanic. You know what I mean? It's reducing it to that, and that doesn't seem right.
No, yeah, I get what you're coming from. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a quote by Eric Cartman when you select the black race where he says, "Don't worry, this doesn't affect combat, just every other aspect of your life," which It's a funny line.
See, that's a good line.
But it's also coming from Cartman too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's like,
Yeah. I we'll have to see when it comes out, but I don't think it'll affect gameplay at all or very little. Like
yeah.
it's an RPG. People grind to get money anyways. So
Right. That just seems like one of those things that could so easily go so wrong. Like, I picture something like Skyrim, where like you make a black character, and suddenly like every guard in the game is immediately out to get you.
You know what?
It's like, that would be really bad. And like,
that
if you think about
happened. That
Really?
actually happened with me once. That very thing. It was Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Something weird happened with my game where every Imperial soldier I came across, they just aggroed, and I'm like, what is going on with this game? Like, what is this shit? And then I realized later on, I created another character, and then it's just like I created a character, same race, same everything, and then like everything was normal. I'm like, oh, it was just a weird glitch. Maybe I
Morrowind was
hit
pretty
somebody.
glitchy.
But I don't know. And that's another thing though about Bethesda games. Like, is this a glitch or part of the game? Yes.
Yeah.
It's that too.
Yeah, it's like, you create a white guy in Skyrim, and like you can literally steal from their pockets while they're walking past you, and they're like, "Oh, have a good day, sir." And then like you play as a black character, and suddenly like they're just out to get you no matter what. Like, that's the bad kind of social commentary.
Yeah.
Like, if this is just some dialogue stuff that doesn't affect the game, that's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine. I don't, I'm not the authority on that. But like, then it's just, the South Park guys being South Park guys.
Right. I think this is what it is. That's what it is. It's the South Park guys being South Park guys. I'm hoping that's what it is, and it's not them like actually trying to take a stance on something, because that's when
they don't do that.
It's getting messy. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Do we have a release date for this game? Because I really want to play superheroes.
I'm pretty sure it's
It does look really cool.
It's
The
this
superhero
year.
theme.
October something. 8th maybe?
Wasn't there a thing going around about it being locked at 30 frames a second or something, and people didn't like that, but they're like,
How could they tell the difference?
With that kind of animation, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, you 60
That's one
FPS
instance.
whores.
That's one instance.
Have they
where,
watched
like,
the first few episodes of the cartoon?
Right. Exactly.
No, Justin, because remember, there are kids now who were born after that show was made.
That's true.
Still,
We're old.
We are, but I don't know.
Holy shit,
We're
South
old,
Park's
but-
20 years old this year. I
Yeah.
just realized that.
Wow.
Happy 20th anniversary, South Park.
And I've been watching it since it started.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in like 4 years at this point, but
No, I
I
haven't
watched
either.
it in like
I'll
10.
probably buy when it's on Steam stuff for like $40 because I really love their superhero episode because that's what this is based off of.
Yeah.
At least the costumes, at least.
The
So-
Professor Chaos and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. I'll buy this. Just not at launch. Just because I'll be too busy trying to possess things as Mario.
I think everyone here is going to get Mario except for Lo.
Why play it when I can just hear you guys talk about it all
Poor
the
Lo.
day?
Maybe eventually they'll put it on PC.
Yeah. Okay.
The day that happens is the day I get this pod. The
Well,
day that Mario goes to PC in a legitimate way.
This
is
isn't
the day I
Mario
play video
typing.
games.
This is a real
Yeah.
Mario.
Even if that did happen, I just wouldn't. That just wouldn't feel right.
Right?
Not at all. No.
Like
Ugh.
playing the Mario theme song on a Sega chiptune.
Or you mean like Sonic on a Nintendo console, like it was in 2002?
2000.
Yeah.
That was
That's how
weird
you-
at the time. That's
That
true.
kind of stuff. That's how you break my brain. Yeah, at the time, and then
Or Kingdom Hearts 3 on Xbox. Even though none of the others in the series are on Xbox.
Yeah. Why is it going to Xbox?
Or
Nobody's
Final
gonna-
Fantasy 15 on Xbox, for that matter.
Yeah. Or Final Fantasy on
Yeah.
Xbox. Period.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into
Wow.
the Square Enix Final Fantasy news story.
See? That was a gimme.
Justin, do you want to read through the story for us?
Sure. Final Fantasy 15 is going to have mod support. No,
This is the one I didn't read before we got to start the show, and I think you put
no,
it
it's
in
cool.
here, right?
Basically, we had a story a few weeks ago about how, Final Fantasy 15 on PC was getting mod support and how it's going to be a big deal. And I think we joked about all the naked Noctis mods that are going to happen. And basically now they're coming out and saying, traditionally, Final Fantasy has a bit of an image that everyone has the exact same experience and shares that experience with everyone that plays the game. With Final Fantasy 15, we went in a slightly different direction. Right from the start, the game was structured and created in a way that gives individual players their own individual experience, and we think that the modding community is going to resonate with that in a way that lets you change your game according to what you want. And he goes on to say that if things are taken a little too far, modding might be affected or potentially stopped entirely. So if there's anything we can say, it's try to be as controlled as possible. But basically, he's saying put too many dudes in the modding community, they're going to get rid of modding.
You can have some, just not too many.
So don't be too generous with the dongs.
You can have some boobs and dongs, but you can't have all of the boobs and dongs.
Yeah. Pick your battles.
That's funny. The headline of this is really just made me chuckle.
Yeah, it is. But I just picture them kind of like the modding community getting together to like make the perfect nude mods so that they only have one of each.
But all the quintessential like magnum opus.
Yeah, because if you look at something like Gmod, for example, and you try to like type in a character, you'll find like 15 different mods for that character, like skins, and like only one or two of them is actually good. So I picture that being like this case where it's like, okay, we don't want to put too many because it'll be ruined for all of us. So everyone like democratically decide which is the best dog.
I wonder if there's like a new mod like council or syndicate.
A mod council.
Yeah. His gavel's just like a dong. Squeaky dong.
Yeah, we're totally getting all the porn for this one. I'm sorry. Square. As soon as you
I
said
give modding like a month in this game.
As soon as you say it,
there should be like a meter that like measures it. It's like, up, we're getting into the red. Get rid of some of the mods. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good.
But it's shaped like a dick.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't want to reach critical mass. No.
If it gets too full, it starts leaking out, and it's no good.
Yep, that's when they take it away. Not the triple.
The next headline is Nude Modders made a mess. No more modding for Final Fantasy 15. The
internet's great.
Yeah, it is. Just endless entertainment.
This is the PSA news story, really. Just don't make too many dongs.
I like the tagline of this one is keep it PG.
Yeah.
It's funny because one of the big reasons I got into a PC game in the first place was because of Skyrim, because I freaking loved it. I played the crap out of it on 360, and it's like, oh yeah, cool, you like mods and stuff, yeah. And then I like went and like zipping through the mods. It's like, oh, look at all these mods. I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of boobs. Yep. Holy crap! Why are there so many new? How many do you need?
Gaming has always been horny, man. That's
it's true. Nude mods in Sims 2 was probably my first exposure to it. The ones that would take away the pixelation when they're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was the first time I knew that stuff existed.
Oh man.
I tried to. I just never was able to do it.
I didn't do it. I just that's what I heard that they existed. And like I'd see that the mods were out there and I'm like, I don't want to put that in my game. That's weird.
I tried. I was a horny teenager. 21.
One time I did it on accident. Like, because on Steam Workshop, there's like the collections, right? You can just like hit one thing, subscribe to all the mods.
Yep.
The next thing you know, walking around town, and then I get into a fight, and then I loot a course. I'm like, oh shit, they're naked now. Like I literally took everything off their body. Whoops, how did that happen? So I had to go back in and find the mod and get rid of it.
I hate most nude mods. This is gonna be so stupid. I hate most nude mods because like in games like that, like where you kill them, rigor mortis does not set in. They're just flopping there. They'd be stiff as a nail if that was real.
Is this the part where I just opened the and I have nude monster Street Fighter 5 for all the characters?
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Good.
Nope.
No, I'm not surprised at all.
No.
They're very good mods.
Achievement unlocked.
They're all skeletons and shit.
What? Is it a Day of the Dead mod or something?
No, they're legitimately. There's a mod in Street Fighter 5. You can just play as skeletons.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Can't get any more naked than that.
That's my nude mod.
Take it all off. All right, let's wrap up this week here with a couple of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds stories.
Bye, guys. I'll Talk to y'all later.
Damn it, Ben.
No, you have to stay. Sit.
We're gonna get you to play this game. There's 10 million people
we are.
already playing. 1 million playing at the same time concurrently.
I guess, but I'm too busy playing Salmon Run, so...
You need to invite me when you go on the Salmon Run.
I honestly haven't turned it on. I was going to ask you earlier today, but I got home later than I expected.
They don't keep it going long enough. It's only like an hour a day.
Yeah, no, not an hour a day. It lasts for a whole day, but only for certain days.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Next time before we get into this last story, there was something I didn't put in here that was about one of the guys that worked on Splatoon 2 explained the reasoning for why Salmon Run isn't going all the time, and it's basically saying in Japan things work differently. We cater experiences for people and basically tell them that that's what they want.
Salmon.
And so Splatoon was made with that mentality in mind.
What?
And that sounds so stupid. It's basically we made this the way we did it. You'll like it.
What?
It's
That's like going to...
Yeah, it's just forcing
It's
it
like
on
going
you.
to McDonald's. It's like, I want a number 3 with no pickles. No, you're going to eat the fucking pickles because that's
Right.
how we made it.
No, it's
That's
like
basically what it
you're not
is.
going to get the number 3. You're going to get the Big Mac.
Yeah.
What?
We only serve the number 3 between the hours of 4 and 6 p.m. So you can get a Big Mac and you can like it.
Yeah, but when it's on, though, it's so fucking on.
And I mean, there is a justification to that. The fact that if it was available all the time, people probably wouldn't enjoy it as much because they just get burnt out on it. Whereas here, it's it's an event whenever it happens.
Yeah.
And I get that.
I'm not gonna.
But it's
I'm
a
not gonna
terrible
lie.
reasoning behind it is what.
Yeah,
what I was
I'm not gonna lie though. Whenever I do play Splatoon 2 and Salmon Run is not open, I do find myself playing regular ranked and casual matches, and then it's not a good reasoning. It's stupid, but I do like that. Well, I guess I'll do this today mentality.
Well, I think that kind of thing would work really well with GTA Online because you guys were talking about how it's so hard to find people and stuff like that. Imagine if you were running around and suddenly just it said this mode is now available, and everyone could queue into it, but it's the only mode that's available at that time.
They have something similar to that where they give you job invites, but you don't know if that's a person inviting you or
they send them so often and they're not
It's not great.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Some of them are really lame game modes too that people make up.
Yeah. And there's so many custom ones. So basically if you have too much choice, you can't get enough people in any one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the reasoning they're making.
Yeah.
But it's still it was just a terrible way of explaining it.
Mm-hmm. They could have said what you said earlier about it. That would have been fine.
Whatever. Anyway, sorry, final story.
Yeah. So Battlegrounds gets a new update. Adds the Mini 14, which I think is a new weapon.
Yeah. It's a lightweight rifle.
Yeah, lightweight .223 caliber rifle.
223, huh?
Yeah, that's a new ammo type, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, so it's gonna have that. It's also going to add in a foggy weather map mode.
It's gonna be a disaster. Basically nuking any desire to use a scope.
Or sniper rifle scope. It's gonna be incredibly difficult to see your enemies now.
At least in the beginning. When it gets closed in, it won't be an issue, but could be kind of fun. Better than rain. I hate the rain mode.
Yeah, rain mode sucks.
All it does is lag the game. It adds nothing.
Well, it adds in the rain sound effects, so it's kind of hard to hear people coming up on you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I don't like that. I need to have my
I just feel
hearing.
if they're gonna add stuff, they need to optimize it.
Right. They should. But I get it. You have to an extent.
I don't know,
you have to
the
add
game
features
runs
before
fine
you can
for
optimize
me.
those features, but
It runs fine for me.
wow.
I'm just trolling.
I know.
Yeah.
But they're not optimizing the features they're adding before adding new ones, so it's a.
And they're also going to add first-person leaderboards and fix a handful of bugs. So there you go.
Are they gonna make the game look prettier?
No, it's
It's
running
not
on that
optimized enough
same
to
image.
play it up full graphics.
It's on that same engine, and they can't fix the engine.
Yeah.
That's what it's built on.
Well,
Unreal Engine 4, right?
It looks,
womp
it
womp.
looks fine. I don't know.
Everyone plays on competitive settings anyway, so
Competitive settings.
that's what they call it. That's what I'm going to be calling it from now on. It's just basically very low settings with high view distance.
It's so
Yeah.
Competitive settings.
All right, so that's going to be our last news story for today. Thank you all for coming on out. Justin, where can the people find you?
At Zero Score on various places like YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's mostly it. Not much to report really, but yeah, you can find me places. Usually here, actually. I'm here more than anywhere else. And Twitter, but nobody likes Twitter. They just use it as a means to an end.
Yeah, I don't think anyone that uses Twitter likes anything. All I see is just hate. I don't see.
No, that's Facebook. It's permeated to Twitter as less people use Facebook. That's true. But.
Lo, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Near the Hero, N3R0, THEH3R0. And you can also find me on YouTube, Near the Hero with all letters. You can also find me here on ChargeShot.com. I'm hopefully going to be having some new Fortnite content for you guys soon. And
nice whiteboard.
Yeah.
Thanks. You guys can see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I kind of want one. Like I'm trying to figure out a system to like have stuff like written down so I can have stuff going. I have a planner, but a big whiteboard for me to write on would be awesome.
Oh yeah, I want a bigger one already. Like as soon as I find out, like this is perfect. I need a bigger one.
Just turn the whole wall into a whiteboard.
That would be sweet.
I have one that I was using really efficiently for a while, and now it still has the like. When I first announced the Final Fantasy VIII voice cast, it has all of those people on it, and that's the last time I used it.
Nice.
So I need to clean that off, but it's been there for like over a year. I'm not sure it's going to come off now.
Yeah.
You just need to get the little spray stuff, and you should be.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I keep forgetting, but
yeah.
So yeah, I haven't used it in a while.
Ben, where can the people find you?
Twitter.com/Marvelous Iggy for all things concerning the self-proclaimed Marvelous One. Just uploaded the most recent 2 parts of Freedom Planet as that LP series comes to a close. Probably not going to be in Ultra Fights this week, so just go rewatch the most recent episode. I'm going to just say it right now. If I can get it working, my next Let's Play is probably going to be the story mode of Marvel's Capcom Infinite. Because I really want to play that, and I want to talk about my feelings and just nerd out and just go every 5 minutes.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
So we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna look the best. I kind of just want to put it out there because again, the Let's Play thing is just it's not something I want to do. It's not something that's a priority. It's just something I do on my own time when I can. Although 4 views this week on the video, not bad. I'll take that.
Nice.
I think I have over 1,000 views on my channel, which is like kind of crazy to think about. But either way, yeah, look for that. And then Justin didn't plug it, so I'm going to plug it. If you probably listen to this, you're probably also listening to Charge Up, where Justin and I get serious about serious things and talking things in a very serious manner. Seriously, super serious. Sometimes. Also, in future episodes, one could say it's shenanigans. I don't think I have anything else. Again, just go to Marvelous Iggy, twitter.com/Marvelous Iggy. You can check out all the sites I work for and all the other podcasts that I do. And football season's back, yay! That's all I got.
You reminded me real quick. I forgot something that I had played a few days ago. I'm trying to get. I was trying to find the best version of Symphony of the Night, Castlevania, to stream in the near future, and so I found out that like there was a version of it in the Dracula X Chronicles on PSP, and like there's some slight changes to the Symphony of the Night game inside of that game that like updated the script. It improves some of the frame rate issues and things like that.
Yeah, the wrong way.
Update the script. Oh my
God.
it
takes out the what is a man? It completely removes that. Therefore, it's the worst version.
Okay, whatever. If we did the voice acting stuff like that, like I wanted a version that'll run better. So I figured that's the best one to do.
The PS1 version is just fine. It's fine.
Can I finish? Can I finish? South Park reference for you guys. And yeah, so I downloaded that for PSP. I bought that for PSP and figured out a way to hook it to my computer to record it. And found out that like you basically have to unlock the game inside of Dracula X Chronicles.
I could have told you that.
Which you do by playing what should be just like the first few levels, but it took me like over an hour because that game is garbage and controls like garbage.
What? You're nuts.
It's
Dracula
so
X.
bad.
It's
It's
good.
really clunky.
Oh my
No.
god. You need to get good.
That original game might be good, but the PSP port of it like has terrible 3D models and like just like it's so like clunky and awkward to control, and it like the collision detection on like jumps and stuff is bad. It's not good. So it took me like over an hour to get through like the first 3 levels or whatever to actually unlock Symphony of the Night. But that's a really good version of the game. I played through a little bit of it, and I'm hopefully going to get that set up in the near future to actually do a stream of it, like ongoing, because I haven't really had much time to do anything else.
I want to be there for
I'd be
those.
streaming that in the future. But yeah,
Oh,
I just
nice.
wanted to put that out there real quick.
I want to be co-hosting that because I want to be all spooky.
All right, guys. You can also find me, your host Thomas, at CSG Thomas on Twitter. I mean, like we could keep going. Like I played I played Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 over the weekend with a friend of mine. We just punched Frieza in the face like 1,000 times.
That's the best.
I mean, I only brought that up because it's a plug for something I'm working on.
I know.
I just forgot that I played it because it was garbage.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, you can also email me, Thomas at cs. You can also email me, Thomas at chartshot.com for any reason whatsoever. You have a question for the show, you want to just contact me, you want to be a guest on the show, you can email me. Work that out. So until then, guys, enjoy your games. Bye.
Bye.
Do not drop the microphone. The microphone drops you.
What is that noise in the beginning?